Hello everyone. In the previous video we have discussed about the introductory part of this chapter, different ways of classifying the elements, different attempts made by the scientists, for example Dobbe-Reinhardt triad, Newland's law of octaves, then Mendeleev's periodic table. Its merits and demerits we have studied in the previous video. In this video we are going to study about the further part of this chapter, that is modern periodic table. Modern periodic table is put forth by Henry Moseley. He was English scientist in the year 1913. He has studied the X-ray tube experiment and he concluded that atomic number is the fundamental property of the element, not the atomic mass. Till now, in the three types of the classification, Dobbe, Reinhardt's, Newland's and Mendeleev's, these scientists have considered the atomic mass as the fundamental property for the classification. But firstly, Moseley, he has studied the X-ray tube experiment. In that, by considering the observations of this experiment, he concluded that the atomic number is the more fundamental property of an element, not the atomic mass. So he has considered atomic number for the classification of the elements. Atomic number is denoted by Z. It means atomic number is nothing but the total number of protons in an atom or total number of electrons in an atom. We know that protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. Total number of protons in an atom will be equal to the total number of electrons. So, atom is electrically neutral. It has zero charge. It is electrically neutral. Atom of any element is electrically neutral because it has zero charge, electrically neutral due to the number of positive charges, that are the protons, are equal to the electrons. That is why it is electrically neutral. So atomic number is the number of protons in that atom or total number of electrons in that atom. Remember, always number of protons will be equal to the number of electrons in an atom. Now, he has stated the modern periodic law in this way: properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic numbers. It means, its meaning is like this: elements when arranged in an increasing order of their atomic number, physical and chemical properties repeats after regular interval or after regular period, which is called as a periodic function. Means, when the elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic numbers, properties of the elements are repeating after a regular period, after a regular interval. That is the periodic function. But it is the periodic function of atomic numbers. Means elements should be arranged in the increasing order of the atomic numbers. Then the properties of the elements gets repeated, means periodic function, after certain interval. See this modern periodic table. Its sketch is like this, its structure is like this. Here the vertical columns are there. These are all are vertical columns. These vertical columns are called as the groups. These are called as the groups. Vertical columns are called as the groups. All these vertical columns are groups. Total in this periodic table there are 18 groups. You can see in the 18 groups are there total. Starts from the first group, ends with the 18th group. So total 18 groups are there. And horizontal rows, these are the rows. Horizontal rows are called as the periods. How many periods are there? Total 7 periods. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 periods are there. Periods, horizontal rows are called as the periods. These are the periods. So total how many periods are there? 7 periods are there. How many groups are there? Groups. Vertical columns are called as the groups. Total 18 groups are there. 18 groups in this periodic table. But you can observe these two periods are placed at the bottom of the periodic table in order to preserve the structure of the periodic table. In order to maintain the structure of the periodic table, actually this part is of 6th and 7th period. See, 6th period are the lanthanides, 7th period here are the actinides. Means the elements which follows lanthanides are called as the lanthanum. The elements which follows the lanthanum are called as the lanthanides. The elements which follow actinium are called as the actinoids. So actually lanthanides are the part of the sixth period here, but here we can't accommodate it in this small place. The structure of this periodic table gets disturbed. So to maintain or to preserve its structure, these two period elements are placed at the bottom. Actinides are the part of the seventh period. So these elements are called as the F block elements. Actually this periodic table is divided into 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block and F block. 4 blocks are there. First and second group elements are called as the S block. First group elements are alkali metals. First group elements are alkali metals. Alkali metals. Second group elements are alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals. Alkaline. So in the S block there are 2 groups, first and second. Then P block. P block is from group 13 to 18. S and P block elements are called as the main group elements. These are the main group elements. S and P block. Now D block elements are called as the transition element. D block element. These are the transition element. And the groups from 3 to 12. These group elements are D block elements and that are also called as the transition element. Group 3 to 12. Group 3 to 12 are transition elements. D block elements are transition elements. Now F block elements, which are two part of the sixth period and part of the seventh period, is placed at the bottom of the periodic table. That elements all are called as the F block elements. So there are periodic table is divided into 4 parts, major parts: S block, P block, in between D block, and bottom of the periodic table F block elements. So this is about the 4 blocks of the periodic table. Now we will study structure of the periodic table in detail. There are 4 blocks just now we have studied. What these are called? S and P block elements are called as the main group elements. D block is called as transition elements. F blocks are called as the inner transition elements. And we know that in the modern periodic table there are 18 vertical columns which are called as the groups. 7 horizontal rows are called as the periods. In a period, moving to right of the periodic table, select any period and move to the right of the periodic table. Electrons add successively in the same shell. Electrons add successively in the same shell. Moving down the periodic table, electrons start to fill up in a new shell. A new shell gets filled up with the electrons moving down the periodic table or going down the periodic table. All the elements in a group have same valence electrons. These are the features of this periodic table. All elements in a group have same valence electrons. So elements in a group have same valence electrons. As they have same valence electron, their properties will be similar. They shows the similar properties. The elements in a group shows similar physical and chemical properties, but there takes place a gradation in the physical properties. Slowly, for example, boiling point or melting point is there. Gradually down the group, melting point or boiling point increases. Later we are going to study about the trends in the periodic table. So at that time we will study this in detail, gradation in the physical properties. But they show similar properties. Similar elements in a group have same valence electrons, and valence electrons are able to decide the chemical properties. Valence electrons only decides the chemical properties. That is why they all show, as they have same valence electron, they all show similar chemical properties. Electronic configuration of elements decide the group and period of the elements. So this periodic table, as it considers the atomic number as a basis for the classification. As the atomic number is known, we can write the electronic configuration, and when we write the electronic configuration, we can know about the valency, And if we know about the valency, we can predict the chemical behavior of that element. So here, as you know the atomic number, if you know the atomic number, you can write the electronic configuration. If you write the electronic configuration, you will know about the valency, and if you know about the valency, you can predict the chemical properties. Okay, so chemical properties depends upon what? Atomic number. What decides the chemical properties? Valence electrons. And valency can be valence electrons. Valence electrons or valency will not be same. Sometimes it differs. Consider the second period elements. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Their atomic numbers are given 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are moving in a period towards the right hand side of the period. We are moving in the second period. These are the second period elements. Now see, in this case what happens, these elements are having different valence electrons. Say valence electron of lithium, atomic number is 3. You can write the electronic configuration 2, 1. Likewise, you write the electronic configuration of beryllium, that is 2, 2. You write the electronic configuration for boron, that is 2, 3. But a shell number, see here, this is the first shell K, this is the second shell L. Electrons are successively getting added into the second shell. In the lithium, in the L shell, only 1 electron was there. In the beryllium, 2 electrons are there. In the boron, 3 electrons are there. So valence electrons are increasing by 1 in a period. Moving towards right hand side of the periodic table, valence electrons are increasing by 1. The number of shell in that period remains the same. The number of shell remains same. Only second shell is getting filled up towards the right hand side of the periodic table successively. Second shell is the L shell getting filled in the second period. Second period indicates second shell is getting filled up with the electrons. It starts in the lithium and ends with the neon. But the electrons are adding into the L shell. K shell is fulfilled. L shell is getting filled up gradually while moving towards the right hand side of the periodic table. So here they have valence electrons different, but they have number of shells same. Shell number is same. While going left to right in a period, atomic number and number of valence electrons increases by 1 at a time. Just now here, see, atomic number increase towards the right in the periodic in a period. 3, atomic number 4. So atomic number is increasing by 1. Likewise, valence electrons also increasing by 1. See here, valence electron is 1 because 2, 1. Here 2, 2. So valence electron is 2. See, in the first case, valence electron is 1. Here valence electron 2, valence electron 3, valence electron 4. So valence electrons also increasing by 1 at one time. Elements with the same number of shells occupied by the electrons belong to the same period. Just now we have seen that elements with same number of shells. These all elements are there in which only 2 shells are there. So they are in the second period. The elements with the same number of shells are there in the same period. So all these elements in this, only 2 shells are there. So it is there in the second period. Consider the elements in a group. Before this we have considered just now the elements in a period. Now we will consider the elements in a group. For example, I have taken the first group elements, alkali metals. First group elements I have taken, which are the alkali metals: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. This is a group. So all these elements shows the same valence electrons. All these elements have same valence electrons. Hydrogen is the element of first period. First group, first period. Lithium, first group, second period. Third period, this is fourth period, fifth period, sixth period and seventh period. Francium, seventh period element. Here, all these elements have only 1 electron in their outermost shell. Valence electrons are same. How many are there valence electrons? Only 1. in the outermost shell. Which shell is valence shell? Outermost, last shell is called as the valence shell. And in the valence shell only one electron is there. Let us see. For example, hydrogen atomic number is 1. So its configuration is 1 only. Lithium atomic number is 3. So its configuration 2, 1. So 1 electron is there in the outermost shell. Sodium 11. Its electronic configuration 2, 8, 1. So 1 electron is there in the outermost shell. Potassium 19. This is 19. Potassium 19. I will write the electronic configuration 2, 8, 8, 1. So 1 electron. So all these elements are having only 1 electron in the valence shell. In the valence shell only 1 electron is there. Only 1 electron. So in a group, whatever the elements are there, they have same valence electrons. Same valence electron. Therefore, they all show similarity and gradation in the properties. As they have same valence electrons, their chemical properties will be same. And they show gradation in the physical properties. Chemical properties will be same because the valence electron is 1. And chemical behavior is governed by the valence electron. It is decided by the valence electrons. So their chemical properties are same and gradation in the physical properties is observed. While going from top to bottom within a group, one electronic shell gets added at a time. See, just now we have studied. Here first shell fills up in this hydrogen. If you move to the second period, that is lithium, here a new shell adds. That is, here only K shell was there. Here K and L shell. Here K, L, M shell in the sodium. Here in the potassium K, L, M, N shell. So, one new shell is getting added moving down to the periodic table. Moving down in a group, one electronic shell is getting added at a time. Regularly, it is increasing by 1. Shell number is increasing by 1. So, electronic configuration decides all the properties of an element and its position in the periodic table. In this periodic table, atomic number, according to atomic number arrangement is there. In the increasing order of the atomic numbers, elements are placed. So, we know that atomic number, if it is known, we can write the electronic configuration. And electronic configuration, if it is written, we can know about the valency. Just now we have discussed, and valency decides the properties of an element and its position in the periodic table. Where to keep, in which period or group it is to be kept, it is decided by the electronic configuration. Importance of this periodic table. This periodic table is also called as the long form of periodic table. So what is the importance? Ambiguity of placing the isotopes of an element is resolved, because in the Mendeleev's periodic table there was an ambiguity in placing the isotopes, and that is resolved here because in this case Moseley has not considered the atomic mass. If he would have considered the atomic mass, then there was a problem in placing the isotopes. But here he has considered the atomic number as the basis of for the classification, atomic number. So isotopes are the atoms of the same element having same atomic number. Isotopes are having same atomic number. That is why all the isotopes can be kept in one box only. So this problem is solved in this periodic table. This problem was there in the Mendeleev's periodic table, and that is solved in this modern periodic table, as atomic number is considered as a basis for the classification. Then vacant places are not left in the periodic table. There are no vacant places in this modern periodic table, which we observed. Such vacant places we observed in the Mendeleev's periodic table. That was its demerit. See, position of cobalt and nickel ion is corrected in this classification. In the Mendeleev's periodic table, iron was far away from the cobalt and nickel, and cobalt and nickel have similar chemical properties, but it was kept under the hydrogen. Hydrogen and cobalt and nickel are very different in the properties, though he had to place cobalt and nickel under the hydrogen because he had considered the atomic weight for the classification. or atomic mass for the classification. So here atomic number is considered as the basis for the classification. That is why position of cobalt, nickel and iron is corrected in this classification. So this is one more importance. Then a rise in atomic number is uniform. There rise in the atomic mass was not uniform, it was irregular. In this the rise in the atomic number is uniform. That is also that problem is also solved. Position of hydrogen couldn't be corrected in it, remained as it was. In the Mendel's periodic table, hydrogen was kept along with the alkali metals, though it shows the similar properties with the hydrogen, similar chemical properties with the alkali metals and with the halogens. Hydrogen shows the similar chemical properties with the alkali metals and the halogens, though it is placed with the alkali metals. Here also its position is not corrected. Hydrogen is placed along with the alkali metals. In the alkali metal group, it finds the topmost position. However, properties of the elements can be predicted more accurately with the help of this classification. With this classification, we know that it considers the atomic number for the classification, and atomic number is the fundamental property. Why? We can write the electronic configuration. If we write the electronic configuration, we can know about the valency, and when valency is known, we can predict the chemical properties correctly, because chemical properties are decided by valence electrons. If we know the valency, we can decide the chemical properties. So chemical properties can be predicted more accurately in this classification. So this is the importance of this periodic table. Thank you.